Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Read the Wheel of Time. Dragon Reborn. Today we're at chapter 50. 50, mates. 50! We almost made it. It's called The Hammer. It has the Ouroboros wheel as a chapter symbol thing. And let's go. Let's see if we're still with Matt and if he will take Tom to a wisdom and they will meet Gwen, Nynaeve, and Elaine there, or let's just see. Oh, we are with Perrin. Okay, the hammer. I mean, the hammer as the chapter title, which means, yeah, it was supposed to be Perrin, of course. So I was stupid, but. And now everyone's at Tyr. Only Ren might not be there yet, but he might as well be. I don't know. We will find out. Yeah, and they're going right for the stone, yeah, because they know Ren is gonna try to get Kalandor. Ilian showed us grey men in the wild hunt. Perrin, what does Tyr hold that Simon wants to keep you from so badly? Yes, Irene, I think you will not want to know. And Loyal is like, I wish you did not sound so eager. You seem to think it will all be as easy as Ilian. Fail. Easy, Loyal. We were nearly killed twice in one night. Ilian was enough for a hunter's song in itself. What makes you call it easy? Yeah, because Loyal is just writing it down. Just writing it down. It's easy for him. Yeah, and Perrin is still like, oh god, I don't want her to be the Falcon. Yeah, and Perrin's still wondering if she's the beautiful woman Min had warned against. But I still think that's unfair. But okay, now they ride. They ride on. Yeah, okay, so Moraine has to wear the ring on her neck. Like Nynaeve and Elaine and Gwen do. Because Aes Sedai are allowed in Tyr, though probably not, like, they don't like to see them, I guess. But yeah, they are, like, monitored more closely. Yeah, is the white-haired man that Matt dreamt of, is that Samael? Ah, so that is why it's so weird that it's muddy, because only villages have mud streets. All the other cities have paved streets. Okay, I didn't get that before. I'm sorry. Yeah, that should have been rather obvious, but yeah, I didn't get that. So, yeah. These folk look defeated, Perrin. They did not look this way when I was here last. Oh, even people who let their growth be cut down do not deserve to look like this. These people, yeah. So it is I think this is the darkness that makes them so like downbeat. Something had gone out of too many of those faces. Hope, maybe. Curiosity. They barely glanced at the party riding by, except to get out of the way of the horses. My only question now is, does every Forsaken have the same effect, or is it another one? Like, it's like, I think it was a bit like anger or like hate in Ilian. And here it is like dread or hopelessness. So they might have different effects because Lanfear has this attraction thing. So I guess they all have different effects, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, there was something beaten in their faces, as if nothing were really worth the effort any longer. Yeah, there's like the Forsaken is doing some bad stuff here. Lord Samon. Yeah, it's just like they go through the city and everyone is like completely done. So it might not even be only the slums. Might also be everyone. Like because the guards, like the defenders look the same, so. And we are now at an inn called The Star. Oh, and there is a smithy. Perhaps that's where Perrin will find the hammer. Okay, so now they go into the inn. The light shine on you, friend Ogier, and welcome. It is a year or more since I have seen one of your kind in Tyr. Some work or other at the stone. They stayed in the stone, of course, but I saw them in the street one day. Yeah, okay. And he is called Juraharat. Okay, hello Juraharat, an innkeeper we will probably never meet again. And if we do, I will like it, probably. Odious fellows, Irene muttered when the innkeeper showed them their room and he went away. And Moraine got her own private room. Of course she does. Of course Moraine gets her own private room. I believe he took me for your handmaid, Esther. I will not stand for that. Yeah, Irene, that's your life now. How do we go about finding Rand, Moraine? Remain close to the inn, she said after a moment. Tyr can be a dangerous city for those who do not know its ways. The pattern can be torn here. The pattern can be torn here. Yeah, Matt does that. Matt does that with the dice, so. Yeah. Stay close to the inn, yeah. Stay close to the inn! Serene mimicked her. I don't know why I find this so funny. That's so stupid. Oh man. This rant here's the one you called the... And we are in Tyr, where the heart of the stone holds, and the prophecy says, the light burn me, Tavern. Is this a story I want to be in? Yeah, Zareen, you probably don't want to be in this one, but it's not a story. The wheel weaves us into the pattern. You chose to tangle your thread with ours. It's too late to untangle it now. Light. Now you sound like her. Yeah. Like, there are many, like, girls or, like, young women who don't like Moraine because of her way of domineering, like, the situations, I think. At least that's what I get from this. Okay, now Perrin hears the hammer on an anvil. Yeah, now he goes into the smithy to feel a bit at home, perhaps. The smith was plying his hammer on yellow-hot iron gripped in heavy tongs, yeah. This probably brings back memories for Perrin, I guess. The forge fire smelled like home, the hot iron smelled like home. Yeah, it's home. Perrin longs for home. Oh, and Perrin just goes in and works with him. That's so cool. That's so cool. The man spoke without looking up from his work. Apprentice, was all he said. Yes, Perrin replied as simply. That's so cool. What a cool smith. Like, he just lets him do that because he sees he can. And yeah, why not? That's so cool. And it's perhaps because of the sickness they all have now, or mind virus, whatever. Now and again, the smith eyed Perrin consideringly. Setting his hammer down just for a moment, the smith picked up a short length of thick, squared stock and pushed it into Perrin's hand, then picked up his hammer again and resumed work. See what you can do with that, he said. Without even thinking about it, Perrin stepped over to an anvil on the other side of the forge and tapped the stock against its edge. Made a nice ring, yeah. Yeah, Perrin's like in his element now, it's so cool. Ah, he tries to refine the rod because it's steel, so he wants to make it more steely. I don't know if that's a word, but I know that it's like you put it in coal and it will take carbon from that, because then it's like it's an alloy. Do you say alloy? Is that alloy? Is that the mix of two things? I'm sorry if that's not, but when he turned around, he saw the smith, still with his head down over his work, nodding and smiling to himself. Ah, yeah, because he knows his way around the smithy, and now he has to prove that he can smite, apparently, I think. Is it called smite? No, smite is the power of Christ compels you stuff, I think. But smith, is it the verbs to smith? I don't know. I know it's like crafting. Let's say craft. He's crafting stuff now. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the Perrin uses a long hammer because it might give sparks and they might burn your hand, and he knows that, so he uses the right hammer. Yeah. He did not want to make anything elaborate or fancy. Simple things seemed to be best at the moment. Yeah, he's smithing now. I love this. I love just reading. Like, I can't comment so much, like, but I really love reading about a parent smithing and being happy. It's so cool. Ah, he makes a sword, I think. Okay. Oh, it would be a chamfer knife for smoothing and leveling the tops of barrel staves after they were hopped together, among other things, when he was done. The other man's barrel scrape had made him think of it, yeah. Okay, so he's never had, so he never made swords. I mean, that's, yeah, of course not. I mean, perhaps he might have made one or two, like that would have been okay, because like some merchant might have asked him to, but yeah, they probably do like this everyday stuff that they have to smith, craft, whatever. They have to craft everyday stuff normally. A very neat bit of work, the smith said. No wasted motion. You looking for work? My apprentices just walked away. All three of them, the worthless fools. And I have plenty you could do. Oh. And Perrin shook his head. I do not know how long I will be in here. I'd like to work for a little longer if you do not mind. It has been a long time and I miss it. Maybe I could do some of the work your apprentices would have done. Oh, that's so nice of him. You're a deal better than any of those louts moping around, staring, muttering about their nightmares of Rand. It's as if everyone doesn't have nightmares sometimes. Yes, you can work here as long as you want. Light. I've orders for a dozen draw knives and 3 cops, 8s, whatever that is, and a carpenter down the street. Needs a mortise hammer and too much to list it. Start with the draw knives, and we will see how far we get before night. That's so cool. Like, I hope we get more of the smith. And I hope we see more Perrin smithing. Like, I could read a book of Perrin being a smithing apprentice. Oh yeah, now he loses himself in the smithing. It's so cool. And the smith is called Dermot Ayala. I hope Dermot is gonna come back one day. Oh, and Zarina's watching him. So you're really a blacksmith? He is that, mistress. Apprentice, he says, but the work he did today amounts to his master's piece. As far as I'm concerned. Fine stroking and better than steady. Oh, so Perrin's like already at master level. That's so cool. Zareen stared at both of them with a lack of comprehension. Currently, Zareen just reads as a character that's just like, it was put into the story to do snarky comments and nothing more. Oh, and he thinks of Zareen touching his back. Oh, yes, Perrin. Probably that's, yeah, whatever. Is this what you mean to do then? Did you come all this way to be a blacksmith again? Ayala paused in the act of pulling the yard doors closed and listened. Uh-oh, don't do something stupid. No, one day I hope, but not yet. Perrin started to hang the hammer back on the wall. Take it, Ayala cleared his throat. I do not usually give away good hammers, but the work you've done today is worth more than the price of that hammer by far, and maybe it will help you to that one day. Man, if I have ever seen anyone made to hold a smith's hammer, it's you. So take it, keep it. What a great smith. I mean, yeah, of course he got a lot from Perrin here, but that's so cool. Now Perrin has a hammer. Now, is he gonna fight with that hammer now, like Robert Baratheon? I don't think so. I hope not. I would like the hammer to be free of blood. Thank you. I cannot say what this means to me. Just remember the one day, man. Just you remember it. That's so beautiful. Yeah, he hefted the axe in one hand and the hammer in the other. Yeah, and he just stares at the hammer and the axe because they mean so much in his life, both of them. I love that. Come, blacksmith, we have things to talk over. I am a blacksmith, Perrin said, and the water frowned at him. Don't go winter crazy on me now, blacksmith. If you cannot carry your weight any longer, you may drag us all down the mountain. Yeah. But I love this conundrum that Perrin has with the hammer and the axe. It's so good. What do you want? You, blacksmith, don't you listen? Come on, farm boy. Now listen, water. You listen, Perrin, Moraine said. Be quiet and listen. Okay. Okay. They're all there now. What's gonna be happening? One of the Forsaken. Yeah, okay. Who called it? Who called it? I called it. One of the Forsaken is in Tyr. The High Lord Samon is Belal. Bilal. Probably like Belial. But yeah. Loyal squeezed his eyes shut and groaned. I could have remained in the steading. I would have probably been very happy married, whoever my mother chose. She's a fine woman, my mother, and she would not give me a bad wife. Yeah, but he still wants to take notes, so he's just like, that's just empty words, yeah. Moraine cut him off in a cold voice. Good, Loyal, I'm glad that you are staying. I will be glad to use any knowledge you have, but until this is done, I have no time to listen to your complaints. Yeah, Moraine gets the job done. I suppose, Zareen said in an unsteady voice, that there is no chance of me leaving. She looked at Moraine and shivered. I thought not. Blacksmith, if I live through this, I will make you pay. Why? It was your fucking own choice. I'm sorry for swearing. It was her own choice. What did she expect? Is he after Rand? To stop him or kill him? I think not. I fear he means to let Rand enter the heart of the stone and take Kalandor, then take it away from him. Okay, so Belal is the man that Matt dreamt about, I think, because he held Kalandor as well. I fear he means to kill the Dragon Reborn with the very weapon that is meant to herald him. How? How could he do that? That's against the pattern. This time we do not run, we dare not run. Worlds and time rests on Rand on the Dragon Reborn. This time we fight. You do have this room warded against listening, Moraine, don't you? Perrin asked her. Yeah. No one knows the strength of the Forsaken, except that Ishamael and Lanfair were the strongest. Ah. Okay. I didn't think that, but it makes sense because we know Ishamael and Lanfair having their little, like, match, whatever, to, like, be the better one. Interesting. Okay, they could send the warding, okay. Okay, so this is bad. The weakest of them could sense any warding I might set from a mile or more away and rip all of us to shreds in seconds. Possibly without steering from where he stood. That's pretty bad. So he's probably pretty powerful. What are we supposed to do, Perrin said. Yes, what are you supposed to do? Even the Forsaken cannot stand up to balefire. Why not? I have learned things in the last year, Perrin. I am more dangerous than when I came to Eamon's Field. Oh, she hesitated there, okay. If I can come close enough to Belal, I can destroy him. But if he sees me first, he can destroy us all long before I have a chance. What can you tell me of Belal? She asked Loyal. And Loyal perhaps knows. Why are you asking him? Zareen burst out. Ogier have long memories. It has been well over 100 generations since the breaking of humans, but less than 30 for Ogier. We still learn things from their stories that we did not know. Now tell me, Loyal, what do you know of Belal? And briefly for once, I want your long memory, not your long wind. Great. Okay, so we get some lore now about Belal. That's cool. He is not much mentioned, except in the raising of the Hall of the Servants, just before Luce, Theron, Kingslayer, and the 100 companions sealed him up with the Dark One. Jalan, the son of Ariad, son of Koyam, wrote that he was called the Envious, that he forsook the light because he envied Luce, Theron, and that he envied Ishamael and Lanfair too. So he envied them. So that's like, it's a bit like the deadly sins. Like envy, lust is probably unfair, and hate is probably, or anger is probably Samael. So would fit a bit, and that's what the cities experience perhaps. But I don't think that Tyr experiences envy, so it's not really working the theory I have. Belal was called the Net Weaver. Because, yeah, okay, so he sets out the traps. So he's like, so he's the one, perhaps he's the one controlling Liandrin and all the others. She mentioned him playing a game of stones with Luce Therens and winning, and that he always boasted of it. Okay, fine, mate. Several writers say Belal and Samael were both leaders in the fight against the Dark One before they forsook the light, and both were masters of the sword. That's truly all I know. And Belal is not spoken of very often, so he's not that important, perhaps. Poor Belal. He is important in this book, and people love him as a Salmon. Yeah, he wants Kalandor, of course he does. Yeah, he's a planner. You've done well, Loyal. Yes, he did. I will not pretend I'm not afraid, Zareen said suddenly. Only a fool would not be afraid of the Forsaken, but I swore I would be one of you, and I will. That is all that I want to say. Aw, Zareen, you're kinda cool here. If he is inside the stone, if he is waiting there for Rand, we must go inside to reach him. How do we do that? Everyone keeps saying no one enters the stone without the permission of the High Lords. And looking at it, I don't see any way but through the gates. You do not go in. Moraine and I will be the only ones to enter. The more who go, the harder it will be. Whatever way in I find, I cannot believe it will be easy, even for only two. Gaidin. Okay, so Moraine wanted to go in alone. Of course, she wanted to do that because, yeah, why not? And Lan's like, nope, I'm gonna come with you. I have to be out studying the stone, Lan said. There is a thing that your news drove out of my head, Moraine. A small thing, and I cannot see what it might mean. There are Aiel in here. So, did the Aiel that came with like the Avienda, I think her name was, and the others, did they like follow Egwene and Elaine and Nynaeve still? Perhaps they are still following them because they think they might. Perhaps they have the. Perhaps they know they will meet Rand then. Perhaps I'm not sure. Yeah, they might. Okay, and they hide. They like infiltrate the city. That's so badass. I saw no less than 3, though apparently no one else in Tyr has seen any of them. And if I saw 3, you can be sure there are many times that I did not see. Yeah, true. Perrin, why are you frowning in that way? I was thinking about that Aiel in Raymond. He said that when the stone falls, the Aiel will leave the threefold land. That's the waste, isn't it? He said it was a prophecy. I have read every word of the prophecies of the dragon in every translation, and there is no mention of the Aiel. Yeah, so the Aiel have a different translation or a different prophecy, obviously. We stagger blindly while Belal weaves his nets, and the wheel weaves the pattern around us. But are the Aiel the wheels weaving or Belal's? Lan, you must find me the way into the stone quickly. Us, find us a way in quickly, as you command. What are you gonna do now, Perrin? Zareen asks after Moraine and no, only Lan went out to like do some recon on the stone, and Moraine's still there. And now Zareen says, "Yeah, what are you gonna do, Perrin?" And he's like, "I'm going to think about a hammer." Great stuff. Perfect stuff. Okay. Yeah. So that was the chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And if you did, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, of course. And tell me what you thought about this. Yeah, we're getting close to the end here. It's so cool. And so many cool things happening. And let's see where this goes. So hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.